talking about our trip that started at Buc-ee's and headed to South Dakota. No, I'm just kidding. Buc-ee's just happened to be our first stop. But South Dakota was our destination. And welcome back to Bike Like a Dog. This week we're going on that trip that I've been talking about since the beginning of the year, where my son and I headed out to get on ADV Fest in Sturgis, South Dakota, where we stayed at the Buffalo Chip. Be sure to like and subscribe because I have broken this down into several different videos instead of doing like 1 hour long video or something like that, which would be really boring. But instead, it's a number of different videos, so you can pick and choose the pieces that interest you. This is, obviously, we're on the road. We're traveling to South Dakota. Remember, we live south of Atlanta, which means it's a 3-day endurance tour for us to get to Sturgis. Day one, we drove, well, every day we drove long hours. We'd start at like 7 in the morning, drive until about 7:30 in the evening. We did have the advantage of driving with the sun on the way out, so we were gaining time. But it was still, it was definitely long days. I say we went 7 to 7, which means that we were really like 14 hours. Of course, we stopped at places like Buc-ee's and everything. And it was enjoyable. We stopped in just west of St. Louis and then again up just west of Sioux Falls. It was a good trip. And along the way, we did obviously see wonderful scenery as everything changed from the scenery we're used to here in the state of Georgia, and we headed up both north and west and crossing the Mississippi and everything else. And just scenery that, it was really cool because my son's never been out west before, so it was really kind of eye-opening to see vistas like this. Well, yeah, like this. Oh, look, it's our motorcycle. But yeah, there we are. See, it says right there on the sign, you are here. And we, as you can see, we were in sunshine, but then it kind of started clouding up, and we actually got caught in some rainstorms eventually, and it was kind of exposed, I guess you'd say, out there on the plains of the Midwest, but very interesting. And for those who may not be familiar with America, we get halfway across. All right. So here I'm talking about we drove for days, and we're on interstates. The speed limit on that interstate is 80 miles an hour. And you come across stuff that, well, we should have seen the signs of what was coming up. Actually, we did. Look, there they are. Wall drug. I can't even begin to explain the phenomena that is wall drug, but I will put a link in the description because it is a very unique place and a very cool place you need to visit if you're ever out that way. But again, we drove for 3 good long days and yet still only got maybe halfway across the country. If we were going all the way to the West Coast, that'd be probably a 5-day trip. Anyway, here you can see where I had Waze, unfortunately, set to where it was not avoiding unpaved roads. And it had been raining, we'd been so clean and everything all the way out. I mean, yeah, we got in a rainstorm, but no big deal. And then we got on this, and as you can see, that is some slimy mud. And that mud, by the way, is going to come into play in some of the later videos when I start talking about some of the rides. And oops, you can see that trailer riding behind us, and you can see the result of that mud. It's just splashing up everywhere. It was just about a mile or two, really, that as we had our final approach here to the Buffalo Chip, and here we're pulling up to it. Very excited, except for, man, it's muddy. And I made sure that we put that car in four-wheel drive as we were going down the road. I wasn't taking any chances. But you can see that it was still pretty cloudy. I don't think it actually rained anymore that night, or at least not before we got all tucked in for the night. I think it did rain some overnight, which created some, let's see, interesting riding challenges the next morning as people were heading out to get on the trails in the Black Hills of South Dakota. But there's the Buffalo Chip with the sign, and there's the result of all the mud on our car, our trailer, and our motorcycles. So we looked like we'd already been adventure riding. Cool. All right, well, that's all I got today, folks. Like I said, like and subscribe. Got more coming, so be sure to get that subscription so you can see the various pieces and parts. But until then, I'm going to let you go for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe.